Hello my wonderful viewers, welcome to my platform. This is Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of coming across this channel and you like what you see after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all notification. In that way you'll be able to get notified each time I upload a new video, even those without notification. Here we react to all forms of videos, international and local. Every Saturday by 2 p.m. we have our interaction section. You are free to call in to air your opinion about the happenings in our society. Invite your friends, share my videos with your families and colleagues. Do not keep this information to yourself. Myself, I will be sitting down here to watch this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section and leave our comments, our opinion about the video we watch constructively.
Listening to the meeting that was being held by IPOB Autopiloters, which I am one of them, and I'm an autopiloter. And there were so many issues raised and people are concerned. And so why I come out when I see something that is not going on fine, as an elderly fellow, I'll say the truth and let's put it in its right perspective. Yeah, so like I told you last week, nobody is indispensable in this program, this project, this move for actualization of Biafra. Yet it does not mean we will not recognize people who are putting quality contributions, who make sense when they are talking. So I just want to look at these different contributors, where they were coming from, how some people were calling me that they are slightly confused. It's wrong. What really matters, first of all, is to be focused on the Biafran project, our liberation. That is the only way you can stay and hit target without falling on the way. Because as for words that will come by the corner, left, right, they will be there. And those are the things that maybe toughen you up the more or make the program exciting and interesting. While they were discussing, people were giving their various contributions. And Simon Ekpa came out very brilliantly explaining the need for this revolution to be a reality with adequate preparations. Now, when they were asking each and every one of them their various contributions or what they believe in respect to this revolution, how far have we gone? Nsima came out because the fire is in his blood, and people make their various contributions. We don't follow them. It's only when they go out of track that we want to correct them. So I'm not correcting Nsima here. No. I'm just trying to highlight his contributions. He said we should start acting and not talking. Yes, that is the way it's spinning him as a young man, and everybody understands that. And then when he finished talking, Nelly kind of spoke very intelligently. She said that when we are discussing this issue, just leave everything aside. Let's look at, if you are my enemy now and you make a good contribution in the House of Assembly and we are there together, I will support you. That doesn't mean we are friends. So listen, Nelly made a very fine contribution. She said this revolution, in as much as she seemed to understand Nsima's desire for immediate revolution to take place, she said that there is a build-up to it. And that build-up means the people's mind will be prepared towards reaching that point where the thing will explode. Because if their minds are not prepared, now I'm trying to draw a little from Simon Ekpa's analysis. Once there is pressure, they will back down. Like the NSAS thing. Nnamdi Kanu was telling them that they were not ready yet. They were not ready. Because she looked at them and told them, don't do this NSAS. But people started blaming Nnamdi Kanu that he was the one that stopped the NSAS. He wasn't. Everybody knows that it was Tinubu who went and poisoned the minds of Yoruba people that the Igbos are working against their businesses. That was where that NSAS is having problem. And number two, when those youths saw palliatives, food, indomie, bags of rice and groundnut oil, they forgot the project. So that protest was not a revolution. It was just that they were hungry, and once a little more food was given, the attention was diverted. Those were not revolutionaries. No. For a revolution to take place, you have to prepare the minds of people. And then he was saying that we keep talking about it. He says faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. When you keep talking and talking and somebody keeps hearing, it begins to build faith in that person that what God is saying is a possibility. If you begin to talk about revolution every day with enough evidences being put and they are saying it emphatically. For example, Simon Ekpa has consistently decimated the powers of iniquity that governs the Biafran land. He has consistently decimated their powers. And so people are becoming aware that Ohaneze Ndibo messed up. That DOS fumbled. The governors, legislators, and senators are misbehaving. And everybody is saying everything clear. Then the people's minds are, propped up to prepare in case of anything. They say, okay, we are fighting a cause. We know where we are coming from. We know where we are. We know where we are going. And that was what she said. I love that. That was good. Praise God. So, you just hold on. You guys are going to come on camera. Now, she said that for revolution to take place, it doesn't necessarily mean everybody will start at the same time. It takes only a few people who have the idea. As they keep talking, they keep disseminating information to those who are hearing them. That the Jewish revolution took place in the midst of 9 persons that gathered together first. That of the Americans was about 11. You can see how many millions this nation was comprised. But they started and they began to sensitize, educate, inform, persuade their people until their national psyche was so much filled with the idea of injustice being done against them, they decided to revolt. And that revolution brought about these states of these nations. So, when she made that comment, I was so happy. Because for once, I did not see people, coming to say she talked trash something. She just said it and ended. Then it came to Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa took time to explain that before you get a revolution, it goes in phases. You start from phase 1. Each phase you go, you sensitize the people, take them to the next phase, take them to the other phase. And he listed what has happened so far. When we started, when Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, the sit at home that started, which DOS cancelled, we collectively accepted and continued with the sit at home. That's right. And then after as the sit at home was continued, we were seeing the effect. He said, now we're going to introduce civil disobedience. And then in the process, he began to expose people. Now, most of us are becoming aware that there is need for change. But the place where people had problem was the contribution of Owasofia. Owasofia's contribution was at variance with the spirit of the panel and the revolution and the Biafran struggle. I am not saying that she should be condemned or I'm condemning her. The thing is, when you have people, thank God Biafrans themselves even wrote that she had nothing to offer. As of that particular program, that didn't mean that she's thrown away. She'll be thrown out. No. What I'm saying about that particular program, such very, very sensitive issues, where we are programming to run a 3-day sit at home, 16, 17, 18, for Wasofia to come out and say the sit at home is not working, that this, no, she's wrong. And making comments that during the NSAS they killed a lot of our people. My God, who was not killed? Yorubas were killed during the NSAS. Igbos were killed. Benin people were killed. People from Wari were killed. It was a mixed grill. So that line of thought, that mentality should be removed. She should remove it from her mind. if we're going to fight the Biafran thing collectively as a people, she should remove that from her mind. Because if you see the way she talks, you understand that she's too much interested in where she comes from. That enclave where she comes from is still there in her mentality. But we are talking of Biafra that comprises all of us. Both from Cross River, Akwa Ibom, River State, Bayelsa, part of Igodomigodo, Delta, you know, and the 5 eastern states and part of Benue State. It encompasses the whole Biafra. So when Wasofia wants to talk, let her talk as per Biafrans that were being killed, not my people that were killed during the NSAS. It's like you don't seem to understand this Biafran spirit, what we're running. I know Nnamdi Kanu said we should listen to her. We give her that respect. But when she begins to talk things that are contrary, that are not in line, in spirit with the Biafran struggle, thank God Biafrans themselves raised up the topic and told her to pull out. So we just want to make her understand that she should sit, digest very well before talking. She should not talk before thinking. And she should not talk in ways that will bring about divisiveness. Now that raises another one where Nsima said, somebody was telling him that he should go and do his homework and bring his people. And then he said, no, that if you go to my place, there are good roads, everything is functioning. No, we are not having this revolution because of bad roads in Abia State or Anambra or other parts of Biafra land. We are having the revolution because we have been subjected under bondage and want to be free so that we cannot be slaves to the Hausa Fulani forever. We want to be free and make our own decision, run our own country. So if Nsima is saying that the roads in Akwa Ibom State, where he comes from, they are well tarred, amenities are functioning, then that's why Akwa Ibom is not involved in the revolution. That means once people are given those things they need, that makes them satisfied and meets their personal needs, they can as well abandon any talk about revolution. That means they don't really understand what revolution is. We are not talking about good roads now because it's only in Akwa Ibom State and in Cross River State. But it's not about good roads. It's about eternal domination by a particular group over a people. And if you want to be free, you shouldn't be talking about that. If you want to exit from Nigeria and stand as a Biafran nation, then build your own country according to your own templates. These are the things that should be understood. And then somebody was criticizing Simon Ekpa. That because when they were talking about a Jofo, Simon Ekpa said, no, don't talk about a Jofo. I don't want to discuss him on this platform or criticize him. I'm talking as a lawyer. That's what he was saying. And when he was explaining, I tried to reason and I saw that it was making sense. Let me tell you something that Simon didn't tell you, which I believe was what he was trying to make as sense. A Jofo is the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu in this case. In as much as we don't like what is going on, because there are so many things that a Jofo is involved in that puts to question his credibility and integrity. But we cannot remove him. He stays. Why is he staying? He could stay as a figurehead there to represent our interest, Nnamdi Kanu's interest in this case. But meanwhile, we Biafrans have decided to do what we want to do. Because everybody knows that Nnamdi Kanu cannot get justice from the Nigerian courts. It is knowledge. It's a knowledge everybody has. It's something everybody understands. And Simon Ekpa said it. Biafra Unite said the same thing. Sonia Parawa said the same thing. Mazi Okonkwo said the same thing. They have the same opinion that Nnamdi Kanu can never get justice and judgment from the Nigerian court. But for the sake of representation. Because if you remove a Jofo, you make Nnamdi Kanu vulnerable to abuse and misuse. So his presence there, puts some restraint in the DSS. Because he has access to go and see him in the dungeon. So that is why he will stay. Not as if we buy all his activities. For example, let me begin to list some of them one by one. Ejiofor said he had video clips of how Nnamdi Kanu was arrested or abducted, humiliated, and then dealt with. What stops him from bringing it out to the whole world? Let the Biafrans see it. He's still keeping it. For what reason? Him alone knows. But you know, such a videotape, if it comes out open, it could upset so many things. And you cannot get Nnamdi Kanu's freedom by negotiation. You cannot get it by political calculation or understanding. That was what Soludo wanted to do. He arranged with the IPOB people to slow down the sit at home, remove it, so that he will find a political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's release. That's wrong. We are talking about a revolution. We are not talking about political solution. We want to get out from being under a place where there is oppression. We want to be free. Actually, we why so that we can, plan our own strategies, build our roads, build our hospitals, build our schools, build our industries, evolve a social program that will take care of elderly people, give scholarship to children, people who are working and schooling. Everything should be put in place. That is our thinking. That's our thinking. And so Ejiofor refused to release that tape. That's number one. Then number two, he said, he has always told us that all is well with Onyendu, is in good spirits, higher, until Ejimako came out and said, no, Onyendu's health is not fine. That was when the narrative changed. And that was why someone ever was saying, I don't want to hear you telling me that Onyendu is fine. No, tell me he's not fine. Those are the things that trigger up the revolution in the hearts of people, to see that we can fight for our liberation, for our leader to come out. And so Ejiofor also made comment like he heard from Nnamdi Kanu that everybody should listen to DOS. But that same Ejiofor said that the place where Nnamdi Kanu is being locked is so bugged that he cannot have any reasonable conversation with him. So where did he get that? Did Nnamdi Kanu write something on a piece of paper and give to him to read, so that without talking, the bugs will not hear? But they were not allowed to enter into that place with any written thing like pen or paper. They stripped them naked, check them and then let them go in. So where did he get that information from? And people didn't believe what he said. Now he turned around and said, believe it or not, I'm the only person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has confidence in, his most reliable advocate. You see, that was how we began to see things were going wrong. So, but we will not throw Ejiofor away. No. He is working in the Nigerian system. He swore an oath to function in the Nigerian system as a Nigerian lawyer. He's not functioning there as a Biafran. So you don't expect much from Ejiofor. You don't. In as much as we can exonerate him from that perspective, that Nigeria will not give him the chance, personally, his contribution so far, in terms of what is going on, is not very satisfactory. But then we will not throw him away. Because the little moment that Ejiofor left Nnamdi Kanu, remember, the last, some time ago, in the court, to go and have tete-a-tete with other lawyers. By the time he came in, Binta Nyako had entered, asked of him his presence. They didn't see him. What did they do? They adjourned the case. So whatever was set to Nnamdi Kanu there, Ejiofor didn't hear. One little mistake. So if that could happen within that short period, it is dangerous to remove Ejiofor from being the IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel. It is very dangerous. Let him stay there at least as a figurehead. But we know what we're doing. And as you can understand, Samuel Ekpa is well versed in this thing he's talking about. Now, I want to make Wasofia understand that in contributing to the Biafra struggle, you don't pick somebody out and begin to kill his ideas. Because the sit at home is one of the most effective instruments we have used that has brought to attention our plight into the international community, whether they like it or not. The federal government of Nigeria knows that too. Because once it is Monday, drugs don't come to Igbo land again, don't come to Biafra land. Whether from the west, south, southwest, northwest, northeast, north central, they don't come. And that affects the economy of the country. So how can you say that sit at home is not the thing, that you should forget about it, we should go out and start protesting? For you to protest, you have to prepare the people's minds by talking and talking and talking and talking and talking until they are psyched up enough to go out there and fight for a cause which they know So that idea of trying to say we should forget about it at home, that's nonsense talk. That's a wrong counsel. That's why Biafrans wrote that she has nothing to contribute. She wanted to excuse herself. And I thank God the way the moderator handled it, because we don't have to hurt anybody, but we must tell people the simple truth. Wasofia is wrong, terribly wrong. Her mentality needs some kind of, renewal. The way she thinks, I've been listening to her over and over again. It just talks. Look, there is something with our women, Biafrans. Women don't open their mouths and talk anyhow. When they want to talk, they should talk constructively so that they can listen to you and appraise you as a woman of wisdom. But when you come and start jabbering, they will ask you to sit aside. So it's wrong. The idea of killing the sit at home by Wasofia is an idea from the pit of hell. It is counterproductive. It's contrary to the Biafran struggle. And whoever is giving Wasofia such advice, she should desist from that group or person, or what, maybe it could be her people, or maybe for I don't know, wherever, whoever is giving her advice, she should stop listening to such person. She should come and listen. If she comes to the panel, she has nothing to say, let her just keep quiet and be listening. After all, the whole Biafrans know that Wasofia is one of the leaders, people that are appearing in this autopilot program. She has a slot there. We all know. So if she can come, if you have nothing better to say, just keep quiet. After talking, bye. It is good. That from the base of your mind, you are already, having issues with, in quote, the Igbo people. It is wrong. And the revolution is not based on the fact that we need good roads. No, we have passed that stage. There was a time Nnamdi Kanu told them, when they asked him, what do you want? He said, we want good roads, we want schools, we want to dredge the Niger, we want to put another Niger bridge, we want to do this. He spelled it out for them. The governors failed. That time has passed. Right now we're talking about out, opting out. We want out, cure ED. It has nothing to do with how good the roads in Akwa Ibom State are. No. So listen to what Simon Ekpa is saying. Now somebody was saying that it is not good for Simon Ekpa to be on that platform. No, there is a need. Listen, I want to thank God for that platform. They were there to explain to Wasofia that she's getting it wrong. Even the other young girl, Faith, was making Wasofia know that she's not getting it right. So there is no need asking Simon Ekpa to leave that platform. No. The point is the people in the platform there and people who make contributions, those of us who are listening to them, is when you see that somebody is not working in tandem with the spirit of Biafra, type it, send it. Those in the platform talk. Why will Simon Ekpa leave for somebody who has nothing to offer as of that time, stay in the program and destroy everything? I know Simon has his own platform, is running. Fine, that is good. But that is Simon's platform, which we like, and it's taking us places. But for him to work with the Biafra Unite, it is an evidence so that we're working as a team, as a people. We are not divided. So if there's any voice of dissent, like coming from the people who are bothered or who are carried away by petulant dregs, petulant things, those are the attitudes of intransigent renegades. He shouldn't leave. It is those in the panel there to call her to order. As they did, with all respect, and she even said herself she was going to opt out. That's good, but not to tell Simon that he should not be part of it. Because others were reasonable. Mazi Okonkwo was talking sense. Aparawa was talking sense. Biafra Unite was talking sense. Faith Ogala was talking sense. So why would you ask Simon Ekpa to leave? No, he wouldn't. It is if he comes and begins to speak for Biafra, and those in the panel there, all of them are at variance with the program we have at hand. Because right now, whether you like it or not, the man who is at the forefront of the autopiloters is Simon Ekpa. We are not saying he's the leader of Biafra. No, no, no. We are saying that at the forefront of those speaking for autopilot today is Simon Eber. There is Nelly who is coming saying her own. You know, people, there are controversies over Nelly. I agree. But whenever she speaks something that is correct, like her contribution that day was wonderful. She said that a revolution is not something that you will just, you know, run like a, you know, just start going to do revolution. No, you prepare the people's minds, and when that day reaches, it shall burst spontaneously. Boom! Like when you take a stick of match, there's a big tank of gas, petrol, you put light. It starts from a small place, it spreads immediately and burns at the same temperature and rate. That is the thing. So when you, right now the people's minds are being built up, preparing them, and I believe that the 16, 17, 18 sit at home might be so effective that it can trigger up the revolution we're looking for. I'm not saying that that's the day it's going to happen. No, because God alone has known when it's going to take place, and when the time comes, it will take place. You will see it. Because once the people's minds have changed, they begin to walk in synchronization. This one sinks into this one, sinks into this. They're working together, carrying out one purpose. They're not afraid to die again. Somebody gave an example about what happened in London.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.